Hello and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Valley by Night River City, our Vampire 5th Edition actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Jeremy playing Egidio, Eric playing Kyle, and Sarah playing Emma. They were busy little beavers last week.
Only as busy as the world allows us to be.
So I believe we started off with y'all running into the mall
Mm-hmm.
that was under attack. Kyle did some viciousness.
Kyle decided he was going to visit an unpleasantness upon some people.
Emma, I
Translation
can't
from
remember if she shot
Gangrel
anybody or not.
murder. Oh yeah.
And then Egidio decided to blow up a car that everybody was standing relatively close to.
Did it blow up, or did it just get shoved slightly?
It got blown up. Everybody
bit.
around it got shoved a little more than slightly.
Yeah.
And somebody kicked Kyle's dog. Can't forget that.
And they're now a bloody smear in Woodard's carpet.
Hence the unpleasantness that got visited upon a certain somebody.
Let's see. In the midst of the melee, I believe Emma's hat got knocked off.
Yep. 37 episodes.
Not bad. It's
It
not
lasted
bad.
that long.
I mean, we're only going to make it into the 40s, so that is most of the campaign.
Yep. Ada was just thrilled to find out about it.
Yep.
If thrilled can be translated into, freak the F out about it. Yeah, okay.
She's like looking up in the yellow pages, like 1-800-pyramid.
Look. I know I quit. Yeah, I know I'm on the other, political side. But seriously, the boogeyman is right down the hallway from me. Come get her, please.
She keeps
pick me
looking
up,
at
I'm
my
scared.
soul.
Wouldn't be so bad, but she licks her lips when she does.
She doesn't even need a fork and knife, but she keeps pulling them out of nowhere.
Mom, pick me up, I'm scared.
Exactly.
Woodard seemed to keep it together a little better. The reaction to Woodard's people were mixed. The ones old enough to really kind of know something about the society they're in were a little leery. The younger ones were just kind of like, oh, that's kind of freaky. She had a third eye.
Yep.
It kind of lets you spot the kids right away.
If you're all gonna be this scared of us, you really gotta tell people more.
But Emma did some healing. She did what she could for Shiloh because he had taken a pretty bad lick.
She took Shiloh to see Harmony.
Well, I think she did a medical check on him.
Yeah.
To, do what little bit she could. She couldn't do anything with ability-wise. But,
yeah.
You find out Harmony was had set up a triage because basically the entire rest of the city was being attacked as well. By the end of it, I think y'all had more or less figured out that the attack on you was more or less a distraction to keep y'all busy. And that was probably what was going on with most of the domains. The real push seemed to be in the far domains. Kind of on the eastern side of the city. Cut off from the rest of the city by the wildlife refuge. And that gets into what Egidio had done. So I believe he was rushing off to try to render aid to Sergio, that guy's name? Sergio, I believe, is the Baron in question.
Mm-hmm.
Who had sent a message over the Baron chat that he thought he could hang on. He thought he could eject the unwanted guests. But he had since fallen completely silent. Nobody get word You can get a word out of him.
Mm.
As Egidio tried to drive across the bridge that cuts across the wildlife refuge, it was blocked off by the police. So Egidio basically ran the barricade.
Yep.
Smacked a wrecked car out of the way.
Yep.
So he is now in the Fardo, in Sergio's domain, but with at least a couple of police cars coming up behind him.
Yep.
In Kyle's truck, I believe.
Yep.
Mm.
All of these things are true.
Was already a little smashed up. Now it's a little more smashed up.
Yeah.
Let's see, Kyle. I know you had gone by and seen Shiloh,
Yeah.
and then I think you were taking off cross country to try to
Yeah.
get
He
the far domains.
I made my rouse check to shift back into a wolf, and he's running cross country.
Now you had had some stains last session that we forgot about. I think you rolled them after.
I did, yeah. I did succeed because out of the 2 dice, one of them was a success.
Okay. Yeah, you just have to
You
have,
just
you just
need
have, to
one.
have a success.
Yeah. While I think about it, I'm gonna make 1 rouse check while I'm running.
Okay. For what?
Okay. Do not get any hunger, and I'm gonna heal that 1 superficial wound that I have. That because I had 2 superficial, or 1 superficial. No wait, yeah, I had 2 superficial, and then I took 1 of ag, so that superficial got shifted into aggravated damage. So
Okay.
I'm healing the 1 I had left, so I'm back up to 7 health basically.
Okay. And Emma, what were you doing?
At the moment, she was just kind of staying and helping Harmony as much as she could.
Okay.
Which, right now, is not too much.
You just stand around
Things
smelling
aren't looking
good.
great
Everybody
for
else in the
our
room. It's
anti-heroes.
very uplifting.
They're for motivation and empathy and stuff like that. She's not smelling. She's only at 2 hunger, but she is really beat up.
Does she need any healing herself?
At this point, she would. Yes, she needs it, but she would not accept it from Harmony, because it's not from the firefight or anything. It's if she does Valerian multiple times a night, she takes damage herself.
She hurt herself. Nobody else did.
Yeah.
Despite Egidio's best efforts.
I mean, she might have taken 1 or 2 superficial during the firefight and all that, but most of it was her own doing.
Okay. All right, Egidio, you are in the southern domains.
Yep. I'm continuing to drive. When I get this thing to as fast as it can go, and when I've completely gotten at least these police officers off of my tail, at least for a second, I wanna like turn in somewhere. Maybe a building or something, or maybe that's what I'll do. I'll gun it, and like not the first building, but like the next building along the corner. I'm gonna specifically park there, and just slip into the shadows from there. Does all of that make sense?
It makes some sense. But he's going to take a driving roll to get away from the police.
For sure.
Because I doubt Kyle's truck is as fast as a police car.
It ain't.
And it's heavily armored, so even if the baseline model was, his probably isn't.
Yeah, I'm already gonna tell you that right now. It's not as fast as a police cruiser, or faster
I
than a police cruiser.
have roused my dexterity because I
Alright.
assume that's what I'm rolling with.
Yes, absolutely.
And you burned the NOS tank to slam through the barricade.
Worth it.
So
That is going to be 4 successes on a drive roll.
Let me roll for them. I don't guess they're human. They don't eat 100. Okay.
I mean, they might need a Snickers.
Oh, that's a possibility. All right, so they got 2 successes.
Mhm.
You said you had 4.
4.
All right.
It's not necessarily about like going faster. It's outmaneuvering them.
Yes. So you make good use. They had to scramble for their car and then try to catch up with you, and you did have that little boost of NOS. So it gave you a decent little head start that you managed to make good use of.
Mhm.
There are businesses lining the main road here. That goes all the way through to the next town, Priceville. Or to get to like where people live in this area, you get off on some of the smaller roads.
Yeah.
So you get ahead, and you take a turn, down one of the side roads, and you're passing, there's some houses, there's some trailers, the occasional gas station or something. And once you realize for sure they can't see you, at least for a moment, they saw what road, they would have seen what road you turned down.
They'll see what road I go to, but like at worst they tow Kyle's truck, and I can pay that back later.
And they have some very, very firm questions to ask Kyle as well. But you managed to whip into, because you said you were basically parking the truck somewhere, so you managed to whip into like a gas station, pull up behind it.
Yep.
If they do a thorough search of the neighborhood, they'd find it, but just driving by, they shouldn't see it.
I'll park there, and then I'll continue on foot. I will take a sec and remove the license plate from Kyle's cut the back of Kyle's thing so that they can't track it later. I mean, big blue, armored monster truck is a dead giveaway, but at least I'm doing what I can.
Maybe this will give him an extra day to figure something out.
Yeah.
Hello, my vehicle was stolen. I don't know where it is.
And I will text Kyle as much of like, thanks. Not that he has his phone right now.
You don't have a signal.
Ah, interesting. It's just sits there and is stuck in sent then, or sending.
Sending.
Huh.
You have no bars.
Oh,
This is
no.
literal residential area, so that's interesting.
It is interesting. I don't remember if you had to use I don't think you had to use your phone the last time you were here.
No.
Or actually, when you were scouting that building out, you might have, before the building blew up.
Oh, right. That building the one that was that had blown up, right? That's the one I came to scout, right?
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
you saw the explosives they had set up and snuck away and warned
Gotcha.
you about
Yeah.
You
No,
might
I
have
would
done
have
that
used
with
the
your
phone
so.
then.
And in which case, you would know it had been working in this area then. So.
Huh. File that away for later.
All right, so you're cloaked in shadows.
Very much so stealth then. That is like 14 dice, I think, for me right now.
Yeah, go ahead and give it a roll.
Yep. Do my regular. What's that? 2, 3. 2. 1. Yep. All right. That is. Oh, thank God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 successes.
Yeah, and I don't think any regular mortals are gonna get by that?
Well, I critted on my hunger dice, but nothing else critted. So
So that only counts as one. It's not a crit unless there's 2 successes.
correct. Oh, I rolled a 10 on my hunger dice. So, but everything else is solo.
All right, so you're making your way through a neighborhood. And this little strip right here doesn't seem to be anything weird going on. You do see one guy that's like, off his porch and a few feet into his yard with his phone held up high. Keeps moving it around.
Mortal. So whatever. Is there anything obvious as I'm coming through? Like a downed cell tower somewhere? Those things are big.
Yeah, give me a wits awareness.
I swear I play this character more often, that I should know this stuff off rip, but whatever.
That's a mood.
Six successes.
Well, you're not sure where the cell tower is. There's probably one around, but you don't see it where you're at right now. This is a wooded area, so.
Sure.
But you do think you see a little smoke rising up, further down. Not like huge billowing clouds, but but noteworthy. And very dark smoke.
Dark smoke. That would get his attention. Clear smoke's obviously someone barbecuing or whatever, or like a refinery or something, but black smoke, that's bad.
That is actively burning.
Yep. And he will slink his way through that way.
Okay. Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me see. Have they roll 20 and rearrange some stuff? Let me jump y'all over to the full city Decatur map. All right.
I think we are on it. Oh, okay.
So you're having to cut across. I know. I think it was somewhere through here, somewhere in the Molten Heights area.
Mm-hmm.
All the way across over here.
Yep.
So the only way to do that without looping, way north or way south is to cut down that main road that goes across the wildlife refuge.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a wits awareness as you're coming up on the bridge.
One moment. I need to actually pull up the vampire PDF.
Unless you want to get off the road and just cut through the wildlife refuge.
Vampire. There we go. Now tab 2. Scroll. Animals. There we go. Said wits awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Would scent be involved?
No, this is a vision thing.
Vision? Okay. So if he sees something hinky, then yeah, he'll cut across the wildlife refuge.
As you get closer to the bridge, you can see a lot of police lights.
Hmm. I got 4 successes.
And that was on a... What was that second roll? What did you just get 4 successes on?
Wits awareness.
Okay. Oh, I thought you'd rolled that earlier.
No. I was plucking dice out of the tray. What you heard earlier was me putting dice in the coffin.
Oh, I got you. So yeah, you see a bunch of police lights up ahead. The section of road before you get to the bridge is like built up out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got, you can veer down that bank a little bit. And truthfully, you could probably swim across the water under the bridge.
Okay, so where I'm trying to get to is here.
What? No, down here.
Okay, down there.
You were over here in Molten Heights.
So this is the bridge I'm trying to get to?
Right, you're trying to get over into the outer domains here.
My brain just went...
To be fair, this one up here is also considered one of the outer domains. It's kind of,
Yeah. How many police are on the bridge?
There's one car trying to block the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And you see some more lights down where there's clearly been a pile up. Go on, Kyle. Just run past him. You're only a pony-sized wolf. All right, what are you doing?
Is this the same bridge that Egidio went through?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Your character has no way of knowing this, but yes.
Yeah, I don't have any way of knowing it, but this is the same... Okay.
See a random skid mark on the fucking thing.
Yeah, he's going to pounce on the officer.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And just like use his weight, basically just try to like knock his head into the ground and knock him out, and then keep going across the bridge.
All right, give me a roll.
Masquerade? We hardly knew him.
This big fucking dog just knocked me out the other day. Well, I don't know what happened.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, baseline mortal. He didn't even see you coming.
Okay.
Watch out for the rock.
So 5 because wolf. So
yeah, he had turned his back to you. You plowed him behind. He goes down, bops his head on the side of his car on the way down.
Full of blood.
But there's some blood.
Just explodes like a watermelon.
Smells really nice.
And he's not hungry, so he's gonna keep going.
So you race down the bridge towards where the accident is.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's about 5 cars that have had a pile up. There's no ambulance present, which is weird. But you see what's obviously the driver standing around. They're talking to one of the officers, another officer. And they're talking about this nut job that just came barreling through and like bumped one of the already wrecked cars out of the way. And the officer they're talking to apparently wasn't here when it happened, because they're describing this big truck that sounds kind of familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, with your sense of smell, you might even be able to pick up like the nitrous oxide in the exhaust. It should
still linger in the air for a little bit.
Yeah. He knows what his vehicle smells like. It's like, Egidio's been here. He's going to try to stealth around the accident now that he's across the bridge.
Okay, give me a roll.
And then continue on his way. So. Oh, fun. All right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. That's probably going to be plenty.
Yeah, I got a critical success.
This will be wits, awareness. For all the baseline mortals around, yeah.
Mm.
No problems there. And if there was anything else hinky there, I didn't see it either.
Cool. He's going to continue on.
So yeah, you manage to use, you kind of get up close and you manage to use the kind of, the cars
Mm-hmm.
to block view, and then you're off into the shadows again.
Yep.
Using the, trees and the shore and the shadows they cast and all kinds of stuff.
Yep. He's first. I'll say first thing he will do, and this will probably cause him to arrive somewhere a little bit late. So I'll go ahead and take that. Is he's gonna follow the scent of his vehicle so he knows where it is, and then he will follow the scent of Egidio.
All right, give me a
to
wits
wherever
awareness.
he's going.
Give me a wits
Good luck with
awareness,
that one.
and your scent factors in, of course.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for the car.
Okay.
And do you want me to go ahead and roll to see if I can find Egidio too?
No, I'm going to let the one roll do it. Once you get to the car, it's easy to pick up Egidio's scent when he got out of the car or out of the truck.
Fair.
So you track it fairly easily down to the gas station. And you can see it's got a little more damage on the front than it did before. I mean, it was going to have to be
Wolf
repaired
eyes
anyway. It was going to have to be
narrow a
repaired
little bit.
anyway from when you rammed the car with it.
Yeah. But this is literally what this vehicle is designed for. So, vehicular combat.
So you're going to take my Car
Which-
Wars car and bring it over here to my vampire game?
Well, it's more like when I was designing how this vehicle worked, I had been reading Cyberpunk Red. Extrapolate from there.
Oh.
You have to. Kind of got it in one.
So, Egidio, you were moving closer to the smoke.
Mm-hmm. That is affirmative.
And Kyle, you're also catching whiffs of the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And Egidio's smell seems to be moving in the same direction the smoke's coming from. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Egidio lit the fire.
Arson seems to be his thing today. Explosives, fire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's walking around with a rocket launcher, if I remember right.
He is. Well, grenade launcher. But...
Yeah, that's what I got. So anyways, you approach the smoke. You start getting closer, Egidio. You can start seeing the flickering of flames. Decent size. You're pretty sure it's a building burning.
Well, Egidio doesn't currently not that he doesn't currently fear the fire, is that Ray Shrek doesn't take him.
Well, you're
So-
not close enough for it to really set you off yet.
That too.
Like
But
this
even,
is
you know,
the wooded
see-
area. When you're not on the road or in somebody's yard, there's like wood.
Okay.
There's a lot of little wooded patches here. So you're seeing this flickering through the woods in the distance.
I imagine a large quadrupedal wolf is going to catch up with me in like 20 seconds.
Oh, it's gonna be a little
Would-
longer than that. It's gonna be longer if
would
you get in trouble
Rorschach-
first.
Would Rorschach work with being possessed or no?
It does not.
There you go.
I do not. The beast is subdued while I'm possessed.
There's another person dove on top of the beast to keep it down.
I'm not exactly gonna jump into a fire, but I'm also not gonna shy away from.
But you get to the edge of the woods, and you see, sure enough, it's a decent-sized house that looks like it's on fire. One that's looks like it's a decent ways off from the road, with a lot of woods kind of cutting it off from all the surroundings. You know, other than a driveway that goes out.
It's just a residential property. It's not a business.
No, this is just, you know, decent-sized 2-story house.
Okay.
You know, it's on fire. A lot
sure.
of people standing around. You know, a dozen people or so standing around in the yard.
Do I clock people who don't look like they belong? Like, you know, someone who's very obviously a hunter, or like cameras nearby. You know, besides people holding out their phone.
Nobody's holding out their phone. You don't see a phone in anybody's hands.
Oh, interesting.
You see one guy that's got this huge cut across his face.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bleeding much though. Somebody is shouting orders. You know, loading everybody back up in the cars. You know,
Does it?
No, if nobody's come out of the house by now, ain't nobody come out of that house. So.
Is this like? Is this where does it feel like they're gonna back up towards me here in a sec?
Imagine you're looking at the house from the side.
They're
kind of in the they're kind of spread around the yard, like the guy said, like they were waiting on somebody to come out of the house potentially.
Right.
And now they're coming up and loading up into cars in the front. You know, where where they go down the driveway back to the road.
Anybody I know?
Give me a wits awareness.
Yep. Don't feel me? Well, that's scary if I drop my hunger dice. Don't fail me now.
We'll just assume it's a 10. It's fine.
3 successes.
You see somebody in that crowd. You can't put a name to them. It's not somebody you've ever spoken with. It's not somebody you know.
Sure.
You've just seen them around before.
Seen them maybe around Kyle's bar.
You think they may have swung in there a time or two. You're pretty sure you saw them at the Princess Theater one time.
Okay.
And maybe somewhere else. It's like you've seen them around town.
No discerning features or anything. Just a guy.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, he's definitely not a Nos or anything. So you know he's one of the he's one of the kindred in Decatur, but you don't really recognize any of the rest of these folks.
Decatur, kindred, like I'm trying to see if I recognize, like, are these my people? Are they not? There's a lot going on right now, and there's not enough time to process information.
Well, like I said, you don't recognize anybody else.
Okay.
Now, you mean your people like your clan?
No. I haven't seen a Hecata here at all, except for those weird shadow dudes, and even those were like more Bali.
But some of them are dressed kind of punkish. Some of them are dressed. Some of them are in nicer clothes. Some of the punk guys are getting in one of the cars, and one of them was talking about how it always how that always freaks him out when that guy, just starts shooting fire out of his hands.
So shooting fire out of his. Okay. I will, I'll stay mostly shrouded in the woods. I'll let them go by.
And they do.
However long it takes for them to pile up and drive out. I do want to center in on that guy that I recognize as he's going by.
Well, he gets in the passenger side of the first car to leave.
Ah, so easy. Is he the? Oh God. Was it the guy that the cam dude that they brought that they were like beating up at the Prince Theater?
No. You remember him.
Okay. The guy
This
that
is
they were
just
like,
some
what
guy
the fuck happened?
This is just some guy you kind of remember from the
From being
in the background a few times,
Okay.
When you were new and trying to keep up with kind of everybody you could.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as everyone's driven by, I will very.
Go ahead, keep talking.
I will as I've seen them drive by. I know the coast is clear. I see my storyteller roll dice. I am not scared, but apprehensive at saying more that might incriminate me. But I will move forward as they've cleared the way and kind of be a looky-loo.
Now you just see tire tracks in the yard and the house on fire.
I'll have to wait for them to come put this out, but no one's going to get any signal right now, so it's going to be a while.
As you step out to get a better look, you do see some, we'll say, piles of ash out in the front yard. You weren't able to see them until the cars moved.
Sure, but no longer with me kindred is what I get the sense of here.
Given the size, and you've seen burned up kindred before, so.
Just take some from the other one. Like very intentionally rubbing it on his chest from each of them.
Okay.
Doesn't do anything, just weird.
Yeah, definitely weird. And there's some, there's some
that.
scorched up pieces of metal, a belt buckle here, a zipper there,
But I'll do that real quick and then slip back into the woods, and I guess I get to follow the path of destruction here. I clocked about which way they're going, right?
I'd say I would say would they be using headlights? Yeah, I would say you could tell which way they turn down the road.
Would I be able to just keep going that way as the crow flies?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'll do, and just kind of continue to suss them out. Because this was the burning place that I was being led to, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll just go try to find where they're going or suss out what they're doing. Give me one moment. I gotta plug in my headset.
No problem. Mine's gotten old and the battery doesn't last in it either.
What's that?
I said mine's gotten old and the battery won't last, so I have to keep a cord. Kyle, you eventually make it to the burning house.
Okay.
You see pretty much what I described to him. Lots of ruts in the yard where there's been lots of cars or several cars.
Mm-hmm.
2 piles that look like burned up kindred.
Okay.
Just because the human body probably wouldn't have burned up quite that quickly. And the house is on fire, so you're on edge being just even that close to it because it's a pretty good sized fire.
There's tire tracks leading elsewhere.
It's like they parked in the yard, and then the scent of all the vehicles, you could follow it down the driveway.
Okay.
And like I said, you could smell Egidio. You track the Egidio to this place. So.
Yeah.
Probably see in the ashes where someone scooped a little bit of it up.
Yeah, he might see some fingerprints through that. Yeah.
Do I still smell Egidio here?
There's a lot of fire. You might.
He was here recently, but it is the fire the fire and the smell of the smoke, I should say, is a little overwhelming.
Okay. Have we discussed with this barony like where their like strongholds are?
No.
No. Okay, makes sense.
Most places have, if they're going to have business, will have a place to do business. Like y'all have y'all's office.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is the business place.
Now, every time you've dealt with this guy, it was either at one of the big meetings somewhere else, or the night y'all were fighting, fighting people off in the northern part of this area.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, he'll track the vehicles then.
Okay. Down in the driveway, take a right. Give me a wits awareness.
Okay. Five. Sorry.
Okay. And in the driveway, you're a little, it's a long driveway. You're a little bit further from the house. You pick up Egidio smell again. You get the impression he's going the same direction as the vehicles.
Cool.
Of course, once you get to the road, there's been a lot of vehicles up and down this road, so it's hard to keep track of which specific ones.
Yep.
Egidio, on the other hand, is something specific.
Yes, it is.
So you start down the road. A little bit later, Egidio, big wolf runs past you.
Does it run past me?
No, it does not.
In
fact, what happens is you are grabbed by Big Wolf, thrown onto his back, and they keep going.
Is Egidio still wrapped in shadow?
Yeah.
All right, give me a wits awareness, see if you can spot him. Like you would know he's in the general area once the scent got but enough to just run up and grab him like that.
Fair enough.
I believe I rolled last time.
Well, I didn't know you were still wrapped in shadow.
Oh, he is actively this is an active war scene. He is keeping to the shadows.
Yeah, that's fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 exactly.
Yep, meter beat.
Yep, active player.
So you're smell, and then just a few feet before you run right into him, you realize that's him standing there in the all-concealing shadow.
Yep.
Egidio, you feel something snatch you up by the belt and flip you over onto its back.
There is because he has 4 dots of dexterity. There's 2 seconds where he's has his gun out and is drawn, and then it's just the wolf. He's okay.
He also got a rocket launcher strapped to you back.
Yeah, well,
wolf-mounted artillery.
It's in the yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is every fantasy RPG ever.
You're welcome. Yeah, he's just running at top speed down the road because he doesn't have to stop.
All right. Well, the burning house was just a little ways down south of the main road, south of 67.
Mm-hmm.
Because the southern part is all Sergio's
Yeah.
domain. So they're headed back north. Best you can tell, they cross back over up into this northern area. As you get up there, you start seeing quite a few cars driving around with their lights off.
I will actually somewhat. I'll try to trade intelligence as best I can with the wolf.
Well, I mean, his mind's still there, so.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just say out loud some of this.
Pulls one of your ears back and starts whispering into it.
Yeah, exactly. We're going probably 40, so.
Yeah.
Now, Kyle, you trying to stay out of sight of people?
Once you start seeing a whole bunch of vehicles driving around with their lights off, yeah.
All right, give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
I don't know how. I guess what I'm trying to ask is, would my shadows add to this particular roll? Because I probably can't stealth myself, but I can probably conjure enough shadow for both of us.
Look up your abilities to let you do that. Can you cloak you just yourself, or can you cloak everybody?
I don't think it accounted for a wolf.
It would account for another person, though, so that gives you ways to work on.
That's true. I mean, I'll look it up on Demiplane while you're doing that.
Okay.
10 successes.
Never mind then.
All right, they did not get 10 successes. So, when you see the first couple of cars, you manage to veer off, and then after that, to be careful of them.
Mm-hmm.
As they drive by, you see heavily armed people in the cars. A couple of them, the drivers, you can tell the driver's eyes are glowing slightly.
These track is the same kind of vehicles that were like tailing me and Kyle and the wolf pack when we were running through the domain.
They're just a bunch of 4-door sedans, basically.
Okay.
Not all of them are the same make and model. Most of them are black.
Mm-hmm.
Black or dark blues or dark grays.
What I mean to say is it does sort of like how they're moving around kind of familiar? Because I know like when we were running through the Cam held territory and back, we had a tail following us.
I got you.
1 second.
It gives you an almost search pattern vibe to it. Like, you don't think it's necessarily randomly. The frequency that you're running into them, and kind of at the intervals you're running into them. I'm guessing we had a hobbit show up. But we'll cut back to the Molten Heights domain for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
I'm either.
What, that you're a hobbit? You'd be happy. They're nicknaming you.
Oh, did she not
There
know
we
she
go.
was the hobbit? Oops.
She does now.
Great.
Anyway.
Alright, we're going to cut back over to the Molten Heights domain.
Mm-hmm.
Emma, people have finally stopped coming in.
Yay!
I completely blanked on the hippie chick's name.
Harmony.
Harmony's looking pretty exhausted. You're pretty sure she's hurt herself like you've hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You know, she's got her hands wrapped where she'd started spouting the stigmata.
Same hat.
There's a couple of the injured kindred in the triage that are looking at the two of you funny, like hungry, like.
Sir, I will stake you.
Didn't your sires teach you not to eat the help?
Everybody eats the help. It's just, you just don't let the public know you've eaten the help.
Yeah, well, you probably would have to answer to a couple barons if you ate us, so.
And they don't make any move, partly because there's a couple of not August. Maddox's he's got a couple of uninjured folks there, acting as security.
Also, don't shit where you sleep.
Exactly. Fastest way to get killed, harm the medic.
But
if they're out of enough earshot, she kind of side-eyes Harmony. So this was your version of laying low? Opening up a clinic?
oh, this is just something Maddox threw together tonight.
Okay.
He just owns the building, and when I offered to help, this is what he had me doing. Some of his highest ranking folks already know about me, and we're hoping the younger ones I was helping tonight just won't piece together how weird this something is.
Yeah, just weird vampire powers.
Yeah, so if one of them asks you if you're a Tremere too, just go with it.
How did everyone else's domain hold up? Have you heard?
She hasn't heard anything about August's. Maddox has held up fine. I mean, she gestures to, clearly there was some fighting over. There was a lot of fighting going on. She hasn't heard about. Let's see. Well, really, you guys and Clint are about the closest to her other than August. Last you heard, the Wallace domain had not had anything go on. Oh, Vancouver by Night has jumped into the chat. Hey, Vancouver.
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks for swinging by.
Hello.
Hello.
But she hasn't really been, in close. She hasn't been keeping up with that real close, and the barons are probably communicating with each other.
She'll check the baron chat too while she's talking. What's our plan from here? And talking to Harmony while checking.
In the baron chat, August says he has some uninvited. He still has some uninvited guests in the house, but they're looking for their coats now. Maddox says he is, he thinks his house is clear. Baron Cologne. They haven't had any guests, though they are starting to hear some news reports on this multiple car accident down in Hartselle.
Looking on just human news sites, are there anything about that?
You look up local news. There's So you have 3 different car accident reports that really jump out at you. One, there were 3 cars that were involved in some sort of wreck coming down Hartzell Mountain. Which would be coming down near the Decatur border. Real close where that gas station was, where y'all went with Cologne that time. There's reports of the accident on the bridge. The one in Hartzell, they suspect there's some fatalities. I say suspect. There are some fatalities. But they're not releasing more details until they find out who it is and contact, yada yada yada. Accident on the bridge. No fatalities or serious injuries reported there. Though there was an update about a reckless driver, running through where the police had set up a barricade.
That just seems rude. I wonder who'd do that.
There is also a report, if you're looking on the map. Oops. That was right. This bridge here that cuts across the Tennessee River. The bridge that these 2 outer domains were more or less supposed to be guarding.
Yeah.
There's a big pile up there. Several injuries. It's bad. It's bad. Local state troopers are on there. A bunch of the Decatur police were called out there.
Where was the other one? Over here?
No, down here to the south. No. All right, 31 down here.
Oh, okay.
That's the road that leads.
It just wasn't showing the
keep
pin.
running south to Hartzell. And then the one you checked over there, and then the one crossing Wheeler. Yeah, okay. That you got the X's in the right spots.
Okay, so they're trying. It looks like they're trying to block access to the outer domain over there.
Well, it both makes it harder to get there, and it ties up a lot of the police. There's only so many police on duty at night in Decatur. And like the 1 or 2 state troopers that are out in this area, they're all tied up there.
Yeah. We'll kind of show Harmony the map as well and be like, there are wrecks here, here, and here, and everyone's trying to get over here. Something. They're going to close a trap.
She kind of nods. It could be.
I mean,
Though I
one
wonder
accident's bad.
I wonder
Three's.
I just wonder who they found dumb enough to try to drive through Hartzell. I mean, you've heard the stories about Hartzell, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I wonder if that was supposed to be an accident, or maybe that was the group that was going after Cologne.
It could be one or the other.
Because you really only need those other 2 bridges. At the river and at the refuge to effectively
Block off that one barren, right?
Mm-hmm. If they sent their people down across the river first and then arrange the accident, or if they brought people in from Priceville. Though Maddox kept saying the guys in Priceville were always hesitant to get too involved. It's a really small town, so close to Decatur.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it.
No, it's like a millipede wearing shoes now. There's too many of them to be dropping. She'll send. Go ahead.
Is it late enough at night that you haven't heard back from me or or Kyle. And you're like,
It's been 45 minutes to maybe an hour.
Okay.
Since Kyle ran off.
Okay.
And she knows that if there is a fight, that is where at least one of you will be.
Grenade launcher toting asshole.
Some of the other barons are also asking how things have been going. Walter reports in on how things went in y'all's domain. Basically, that y'all's domain seems to be clear at the moment. I mean, he couches that in the whole uninvited guests in the house motif that everybody's using.
How to break and entering tonight? Weird.
Just people coming in, hanging out for way too long. You gotta just
Fucking squatters, man.
Ay. She's gonna send something to the coterie barons, like, hey, sound off. Just, it's been a weird night. Anyone seen all those wrecks? Which she doesn't know is not going to get to them because of no cell phone, but...
You get a response from Walter and Iola. Iola doesn't know what you're talking about. Walter is aware of the wrecks. Some of his online buddies had alerted him to those tragic accidents.
3 in a row, man. That's got to be some bad juju.
Walter makes a James Bond reference. Once is accident, twice is happenstance. He doesn't finish the 3 times enemy action part.
Yeah, no, she's like, yeah. I'm thinking that same movie as well.
So the party where you're at is basically breaking up.
Yeah.
Cars are pulling up. Maddox's people are being taken off.
Your plans for the night? Looking over at Harmony.
I need to find something to eat.
Feel that.
That has not been an easy thing here lately.
I'm trying to set up some kind of soup kitchen situation, both for the mortals and for Kindred. 2 birds, 1 stone, good public relations. If it gets off the ground, I'll let you know.
Oh, that'd be great. She goes over, she's rummaging through some insulated coolers. Like she's just gonna check and see if she missed a blood bag earlier, if there might be one spare laying around. There doesn't seem to be.
Do we still keep any at the bar or at the office? And would Emma know if there were any there?
Well, mechanically speaking, has anybody tapped the domain herd lately?
Well, we also have 2 in the herd right now. But no, we haven't. I haven't.
All right, that would imply that y'all got a stash somewhere, because y'all's domain herd is basically like a supply of fresh bags that Egidio keeps.
How many?
Oh, we have 3 in herd. You are correct.
Okay, so how many dots of hunger would that hit off 3?
1 dot apiece, yeah.
But it wouldn't be able to refresh it until the next week.
Calendar week or probably calendar week.
Yeah. In-game days.
In-game weeks. She doesn't need any. She'll let Harmony know, because Harmony's still actively bleeding from like hands.
Yes.
She'll let her know that either at the office or at the bar that there's a stash if she can take 1.
I worked hard to steal those.
Well, she also healed the dog, and
I'm not there. You do what you want.
yeah. Emma would say she ate it because she got 2 from Harmony, so.
Mm-hmm.
You could have 1. The rest of them are for us. But yeah, if you've got a stash somewhere, she'll happily follow you over.
Yeah, she'll
She's not the
take
biggest
over.
fan of it out of bags, but if it's fresh enough, maybe she can handle it.
Capri Suns. You make do.
All right, so
She'll
other than a couple of Maddox's security people, y'all are the last two leaving.
keep an eyeball on Shiloh. She'll also keep checking the phone, like, you guys need any help out there? I know it's been a crazy night.
No response from Kyle or Egidio.
Concerned. She's like, I know my spidey senses are tingling. But she's also not the kind of person that's going to just blow across the bridge to get over there.
Come on, she should. Give it a
Uh,
try.
She's got a little piddly car and is very injured. She is going to wait for word.
I will say, I feel like because of how good our security is, that some random nos would have seen at least Egidio take off with the truck.
Oh yeah, I mean she knows kind of what direction.
If we're looking for a route to get the party back together, or the coterie back together.
Well, she knows what direction, but the way that she would go, because she's not going to swim, and there's no real any other way over there aside from those two bridges.
Or cutting through Hartzell.
Yeah.
She's hurt enough to be cautious. She's not feeling like, trying those waters right now. One batshit crazy thing at a time. Going down through Hartsville would be considerably longer, probably.
Ooh, we've got a new follower. Oh, never mind. I think it's either a bot or somebody doing a.
It's a bot.
Yep.
Ooh.
Hang on a second.
Get so many Twitch followers. Go fuck.
Yeah. They say sorry to bother you, but if they were, they wouldn't bother you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reporting as well.
Oh. That's why I can't do anything. I'm on the wrong person's channel.
Yeah, she's like, I'm probably not of much use out there, and I'm not going through Hartsville. She will kind of be like, hey, has anyone heard from any of the folks that went to the party over at, and she can't remember. Or she would know, but I can't remember the bear. And
Sergio?
has anyone heard from the folks that went to the party at Sergio's?
You get back a couple of responses that no, they haven't heard anything. They haven't heard anything from that part of town. Clearly, I need to practice using streams chat, because I don't know what I am doing.
If you just click on the name in the chat, there's like the 3-dot burger thing on the side, and you can report it through there.
I wasn't clicking the name. That's what it is. I will block him first. Well, first I will report him.
Is there any way other than swimming, other than the bridges?
Hartzell. Heard him.
Aside from Hartsville. She does not want to go get eaten by the boogeyman in Hartsville.
Just saying.
Nobody in Hartsville's going to hurt you. There's not a living soul in Hartsville that wants to hurt you.
Yeah, that's the concern.
But yeah, nobody's hurt anything. Sorry about that. Should be more organized now.
Not good.
All right. So do you have Harmony follow you over to the bar?
Yeah, she'll have her follow her over to the
Okay.
bar, the office, wherever they're storing the blood. Pull her out one bag.
All right. Give me a wits awareness as your drive into the bar. No particular reason.
No particular reason. Four.
All right. As you are heading down south of Moulton Heights to to get on the belt line that runs right in front of the domain, you notice a car parked in the parking lot. I mean, there's several cars. But as you drive by, this one kind of, after you drive by, you notice in your rear view, this one pulls out. The lights are off. You really only spot it when it runs under one of the street lights.
Hey, you recognize the car behind us by chance?
Are you texting
No,
Harmony?
she's just. Well, oh, is Harmony following her, or is Harmony in the car with her?
Harmony's got her own car.
Okay.
Or somebody's car.
Yeah, she'll text her.
You get a text back. I must be tired. No, I had not. Don't recognize it and hadn't spotted. Didn't see it.
Take a serendipitous route. Do you know anywhere in the area that may be a bit more heavily fortified? I mean, we could drive to the cops, but it's late and they're probably busy with all the wrecks. Somewhere heavily populated this time of night. Vampire Canfer. Do you know anywhere that may have a lot of other folks? Because they're still in Moulton Heights area.
I don't know. Y'all are kind of into the southern part of it. It's not less populated by people, but it's that area that gets kind of close to where the Cam's domain wedges down. But she tells you not anywhere that's closer than where we were headed. We can always split up.
Cool.
Whoever they are can only follow one of us.
Unless there's other vehicles. I'm gonna make a phone call, see if anyone's up. She'll call Kincaid or Miles, whichever one answers first.
We'll say you try Miles first since he's the actual head of security.
Hey Miles, is there anywhere around where there's a party still going? Not an active party, but an after party. Just people hanging out.
Sure, where are you at?
She'll give the road she's on and direction she's heading.
Yeah, he tells you, where the Texaco's at? Head there.
Will do. Meet you there. The night is young.
And basically, the road you're on would come out basically across the belt line from the Texaco, and then you'd go down south to the domain.
She'll
So,
give Harmony a just follow me. I know a way.
but so really, y'all keep going the way you're going, but you can be pretty sure that Miles is sending somebody or somebody.
Yeah.
But as you start getting close to the belt line, the car behind you speeds up.
Man.
Oh, rest of the wicked.
She made sure, first of all, she made sure Shiloh was securely buckled in with his vest. Because we'll be under her if that dog gets injured again.
He's just got his head up against the window. Every now and then he looks at you and then leans his head against the window like he wants you to roll the window down for him.
No, we're not doing that right now. Later, but not tonight. I'm sorry. And if she sees the speed up, she will kind of gradually increase her speed.
Harmony matches your speed, because it's basically your car, Harmony's car, and this car that's trying to catch up with you at this point.
Fantastic. All the cops are busy right now. She figures. Go ahead. Let's blow red lights and exceed the speed limit.
So you're ignoring red lights. You're going through stop signs. Let me see if there's any traffic on the road.
At this time of night?
I was going to say
During
even
a
or
pandemic?
odd, but I rolled one of the vampire dice, so even or odd does not work on those.
Success or failure?
I feel like you could play well, no, actually the odds would be about half and half on that, wouldn't it? I'll roll it in the die roller so everybody can see. So even or odd?
Even.
It is even. I'm assuming you would prefer there to be no traffic.
I would prefer there to be no traffic.
There is no traffic.
Fantastic.
The guy behind you really guns the engine at this point, because once you blow through that first, once both of y'all's cars blow through that first red light, he realizes he's been made.
Yeah.
So give me a drive.
Plus. It's going to be a very boring roll if I roll drive.
I don't know. It might be a very fun roll if you roll drive.
Dexterity or maybe composure?
I'm going to go with composure. This is about keeping your cool.
She has no more cool to keep this evening. 3?
They got a 5.
Fantastic. What Harmony get?
Harmony got a 3.
Doing great. 3 eyes, and we still didn't even see it coming.
Oh no, you saw it coming. The car comes up behind Harmony. And you know how the police will bump a car from the back? A little bit inside, I forget what it's called.
Pit maneuver?
Yeah.
Maneuver.
Yeah.
They pull off a perfect looking pit maneuver.
On Harmony?
Yes, on Harmony. So her car kind of, loses control and spins around and comes to a stop. Their car screeches to a stop. So they have got, they moved a little bit past her car before they got to a complete stop.
He's going to whip it around and go back at their car at increasing speed, hoping that that'll be enough of a distraction for Harmony to get going.
Let's see, you do that. As you're spinning around, you see people in the back seat of the sedan hop out and start moving over to Harmony's car.
Even better, if one of them's getting out, she will try to hit him with her car.
As you do that, you start gunning it back. The car in front of you starts going at you. You're in a game of chicken.
Ooh.
So
She's gonna hold off as much as she can.
let me see here. Let's go with this be composure. Let's go with resolve for this one. Resolve and resolve and intimidation.
So again, just resolve.
Let's see, what's their resolve? 1, 2, 3. And what is their intimidation?
Going to rouse resolve. Five.
They only got a 3.
Ooh.
So at the very last minute, they whip over to one side out of your way. You
Probably
plow
too much.
forward right into one of the guys that was running across the street. You know,
Yeah.
basically the guy that got out on the opposite side had more space to travel. You hit him, he goes tumbling up and over. You see him bouncing on the road behind you.
Shiloh, don't tell anybody about this.
He's on alert. He doesn't know what's going on.
Their body's moving. We're good to go. If her windows roll down at all, she's just yelling, "Go, go, go, go!"
The other guy had about gotten to Harmony's door, but that whole exchange has caught his attention. And Harmony finally gets her car going again and, peels off.
Just speakerphone, not even trying to text. Go to the Texaco at the end of the road. I'll meet you there.
Are we traveling the wrong direction now?
What again?
Aren't we traveling the wrong direction? Because y'all both basically had your cars spun around and took off, so y'all were heading basically back in the Molten domain at this point, or Molten Heights domain.
Oh God, who's the Baron of Molten again? Is it Maddox or?
It's Maddox.
She'll call Maddox.
It rings a few times. Miss Hawthorne?
Hi, sorry, it's late, I know. Friend of mine, I think you know her, ran into some unsavory folks. We're just trying to shake them. And you guys having a party? I heard you guys are having a party somewhere tonight. You mind if we swing by just to, let the heat blow over for a few minutes? Weird stalkers.
Oh, of course. Where are you at?
Sure, again, relay road information.
Yes, he knows of a little get together in that area, and he gives you the address to. Well, a friend of his can meet you in the. He gives you the address for the dollar store. They'll meet you in the parking lot there.
Fantastic. I look forward to seeing him. And heads to the dollar store.
By the time you get to that parking lot, there's already a car in there. You see one of Maddox's people that you recognize standing outside. Standing outside the car. You and Harmony whip in there, just a little bit before that car that was following you comes by. And as soon as they get within the area, you have a couple other cars come out from other spots. And people lean out windows. There's a little exchange of gunfire.
As one does in the dollar store parking lot.
Yep.
I've been at many dollar stores all gunfire.
This is not exactly the best part of Decatur. I mean,
I can only
Yeah.
in real life,
imagine.
Decatur, there's not a lot of running gun battles. Let me just be clear on that.
I can only imagine the talk that
That you know
Ryder,
of.
that Ryder and Kyle are gonna have tomorrow.
If we all make it to tomorrow, okay?
That's true.
I will caveat that there's not a lot of people running around with guns in Decatur that you know of, Jason.
It is Decatur, so there are probably people that at least have a carry permit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure you have to have a carry permit in Alabama anymore.
So there's even more that you probably don't know about.
I'm just saying, there's not a lot of, you don't hear a lot of reports of running gun battles.
There
Yeah,
you go. No one gets caught.
Yeah, that might very well
keep the
be.
masquerade.
So, once you clearly have backup, that other car is just trying to get the heck out of Dodge.
Actually, I'll just say I hit one of them, but I don't know if they got back in the car. I just kind of hightailed it.
Just a few minutes later, you get a call from Miles. Hey, I'm at the gas station. Everything okay?
Yeah, we actually found a party a little bit earlier that we could go to. Weird stalkers.
The stalker's taken care of, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Well, how about that? How about if the other party brings you to this party?
I can see if that can be arranged. I'm sure they wouldn't mind just at least giving us an escort since it's so late at night.
And you see Maddox, as you're saying this into the phone to Miles, he gives you a nod. So, once you get off the phone with Miles, yes, now you've got a 2-car escort taking you and Harmony down to where Miles and some of his guys are waiting in the Exxon parking lot. So from that point, you get back to the domain without issue.
Yeah, just talking to Shiloh in the car, because as one talks to dogs, it's the best escort I've had ever. I feel like I'm being chauffeured around.
So y'all get to the bar and you get her a bite to drink. She says thank you, but her face scrunches up like this is the worst something she's ever done.
Yeah, it tastes like boiled dog spit. I know.
As long as it does the job.
Yeah, it's like those weird health shakes. Yeah, they taste horrible, but protein.
I don't think those were really a thing back when I was able to drink them.
Fair enough. Lucky then, they tasted horrible.
Yeah. Or maybe they were a thing and we were just poor.
Still checking for any
Go
word from the outer domains.
Nothing from the outer domain so far. Back to the outer domains.
Hey, that's us.
Egidio and Kyle, you've been creeping around for the better part of an hour now.
And successes on a fucking stealth check? Jesus.
How do you think Kyle snuck around for months without any of you noticing?
Actively making rolls.
Let me put it to you this way, Jeremy.
Yeah?
You directly did a wits awareness contest against my stealth roll back when you met with Stafford.
Nice.
Just so you know.
I respect it.
He was there at that meeting. Nobody noticed, but he was there.
As far as you know.
But yeah, so y'all skulk around for the next couple of hours. Here in the northern outer domain, we'll just call it the north side from here on out. There's a lot of clearly not Anarch kindred patrolling the area. You're not really seeing any signs of violence, though. Like, no houses burning. You're not seeing any wrecked cars. There's not a whole lot of the Mortals' houses lights on at this point. It's like there doesn't seem to be anything weird going on except there's all these cars kind of patrolling the street.
Hmm. I'll lean down as we're skulking about, and I'll say, one of the guys I saw earlier looked like he was someone I saw at the Princess Theater or in the background somewhere.
Ear
Weird,
f-
weird looking guy, but I got nothing. Truly, if I realized they were Cam, I would have gone up there. But anyway, we continue skulking.
All right. What are you looking for? What are you planning to do? Like I said, the
Well-
only odd activity you're seeing are these cars patrolling.
Mhm.
I think I'll put that I'll lean down again and say as much to Kyle, and they'll say, cell phones don't work in here. It's why we haven't been able to contact the barons in this area. I think Egidio is specifically looking for. He's continuing to look for something that, resembling a cell tower or something that has been overturned or something else that's burning. Because
In the time
I
you've
think
been moving around, you've managed to find where the cell tower is. Where
Yeah.
probably the most local cell tower is. It's still
Is it-
standing. It's like not on fire or anything.
Okay. So I would have told Kyle in that time and explained to that as I saw the cell tower, or as we saw the cell tower rather.
Mhm.
What, like, I'm not getting off of Kyle because this is the most defensible spot to be. So, so what he wants to do is up to him.
He's going to. He's gonna. Hmm. 1 second. Okie dokie. He is going to find. Basically, he's going to go into the woods. Since this is the outskirts of the city.
Mm-hmm.
I get hungrier. But I will use Feral Whispers to try to call any and all birds of the corvid genus to me.
Okay. How long does that take generally?
Doesn't say.
Okay. Give me the roll.
Okay. Three successes.
Okay. You wait several minutes, and a few crows show up.
And he's going to ask them to follow the cars with their lights off to see if they gather anywhere.
Yeah, okay, they can do that. Even though it's a lot later than they're usually up. And they take off. And how long are you going to wait for them to come back?
long as he needs to. Because
Okay.
they are right now deep in enemy territory.
Yeah. I don't know
So-
what's going on, but at the same time, I do kind of know what's going on.
So about 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Emma, it's 4:30. You still haven't got any messages from him.
Not panicking at all.
But about 4:30, they start coming back.
Okay.
They tell you the cars were just, they kept just driving around. They didn't seem to be going anywhere. It was weird.
Okay.
But they finally, just a few minutes ago, just long enough ago that they managed to fly back.
Mm-hmm.
They had gathered up. They described the building. You realize it's the probably the day's end over here.
Okay.
Technically just outside of Decatur. Technically in Priceville.
All right.
They met up in that parking lot. And actually, people finally got out of the cars for a little bit. There was a talk, then they got back in the cars and they drove down basically this road here.
All right. So they left.
Headed towards the way the sun sets. Or sun rises, rather.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty then. And I know that it is getting close to dawn, yeah?
Yeah, 4:30. Sun probably comes up. Let's see, which time?
It's summer, so...
So, yeah. You've got a half hour for sure. And probably a few more minutes. You're cutting it close. Or you go to
Okay.
ground here, whatever.
Let me double check something.
Because you're still going to have to cross that bridge again.
Come on, PDF.
What are you looking for?
Scroll up. Okay, there we go.
What are you trying to find?
Mm. Okay. Yeah, he's going to try to find a place for the two of them to go to ground here.
Okay.
I mean, Egidio's gonna help. He's not just gonna sit there.
What would you like me to roll?
Oh, that's a good question.
And one thing I see is wit survival, but
yeah, that sounds good. Wood survival sounds good.
okay.
I also rolling that.
I'm going to say it's a difficulty 3 to find somewhere safe.
Alrighty. I got 4.
Okay.
I got you.
Uh, All right, so you
Videos.
track around. And you find a, like, not just a closed gas station. One's like shut down. The windows are boarded up.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get up on the roof, with a little bit of finagling, you're able to kind of break open the a roof access.
Okay.
You know,
Egidio
it was padlocked
opposable
shut.
thumbs
Basically.
helps.
Do what now?
Said Egidio with opposable thumbs helps out here.
Or Kyle had to change back with the other.
Mm.
Though I like the image of Egidio standing there using the butt of the grenade launcher to bash the thing open. But you get inside and you manage to, you get inside there. There's an old, like walk-in cooler.
Mm-hmm.
You manage to find something that'll keep the light out good enough.
Okay.
And this place is like going to be shut down for several years, so hopefully nobody will come in and bother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Egidio, this is not the most comfortable place you've ever slept.
It's
But
fine.
it's probably not the worst since you've been on the run.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, everyone thinks he's just some rich asshole, but he's toughed it out.
But he's had to sleep in the trunk of his car before.
Yeah. Well, beats the trunk in Texas.
Oh, what was it? There was that old TV show, Forever Night, that the main character was a vampire. And he had some classic car, and the whole reason he owned it was it had the most trunk space of any car ever made. Man just planned ahead.
Speaking of planning ahead, Egidio will activate Sense the Unseen. Just in case.
How long can you hold what's-her-face?
I had like 2 or 3 more scenes. So she will be getting expunged here very soon.
What does that look like from Kyle's point of view?
Huh? What does it look like from Kyle's point of view?
Yeah.
Does she become visible as soon as she pops out?
No, I just mean, what do you look like when she goes popping out? Is there a physical reaction?
Oh, I see.
Do you dry heave and she's out? I mean,
oh no, it's just it's kind of a dry heave. It's like he's like actually taking shallow breaths, and then she comes out.
Kyle, you don't see anything when he does this. The hair on the back of your neck stands up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a kind of creeped out you really haven't felt, probably since your embrace.
Mouth gets a little wider than it should as he comes out. And then just gracias, espirita. And then he'll wave her off, or she'll flip me off, or whatever.
A little bit of both. Column A, column B.
Yep.
And then y'all fall asleep as the sun rises.
Mm-hmm.
Emma, it's getting time to, find somewhere to retire to. Harmony is already headed home.
Yep. She will retire to her haven. Goes a roundabout way. Double checks she's not being followed. Takes Shiloh with her and is like, look, you can sleep on the couch or the bed. I don't mind where.
Oh, yeah, you also heard Harmony muttering something about Truman's not going to be happy about the car. But you don't know who Truman is. So, who I borrow the car from?
We got a mechanic guy. I'll get you his contact info in the morning.
That'd be great.
Evening. You know what I mean.
But anyway, so you end up taking Shiloh back to your spot?
Yep.
Or do you camp out in the bar, speakeasy?
The bar's been a target at least a couple times.
Mm-hmm. And it's right across the road where they can actually watch it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take that as a no that you're going to go back.
Yeah, no, she's it may be very heavily fortified, but she's not going to put the bar on that kind of risk.
All right, so you get back to your domain. Shiloh is whimpering a little bit.
I know, buddy. I'm worried too.
You know, like
We'll go
he ain't happy that he's at your place and Kyle's not back.
just scritching the ears. I don't have any chicken nuggets in the fridge. I'm sorry. Look, tomorrow we'll go look for him. All right?
Yeah, you don't know if he understands all that or not, but he's
Yeah,
beat up and
she's
tired, so he's willing to go to sleep.
yeah, just scritch his head and eventually doze off as well.
All right, and then when the sun rises, you can put this whole night behind you.
Yeah, I'm sure
Drift
tomorrow will
into
be
blissful
fine.
oblivion for a little bit.
Nothing will happen.
And then when the sun sets, everybody give me their rouse checks.
Ooh, didn't get hungry.
I did
got
not
a
either.
skosh hungrier. I'm not hungry too. I'll be fine.
Silly question, because I'm usually not the one that gets my butt handed to me in battles. Does anything heal just by
Not passively,
sleep?
no.
Nope.
No.
Damn.
You have to make rouse checks to do it.
All right.
And aggravated damage.
You have to heal aggro first.
Well, that and it's automatic, as in like the rolls are just made.
Okay, what do I roll for him?
3 rouse checks per point of aggravated damage you have.
Whoa! Okay, I'll get back with you guys in a second.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna eat Shiloh, isn't she?
May wake up a little hungry.
No. Okay, how many do I have to? Oh, it's just 1 dice per. Okay.
I mean, let me double check, but as we don't do this usually. It's aggravated willpower damage. There we go. Now that's mortals. Vampires can normally mend 1 level of aggravated health damage each night by rousing the blood. Mending damage, page 21. Ugh.
We can't put stuff together all in one.
All right, a vampire can remove a number of superficial damage each level. The damage levels from their health tracker by rousing the blood each turn. That's superficial.
Yeah, that's superficial. You can only heal 1 aggravated a night.
And they can mend 1 aggravated health each night by rousing the blood.
Mm-hmm.
See mending damage, page
Cool.
21.
Well,
Yeah, it's not on page 21 though.
I healed 1 aggravated damage then.
Okay. Did you get any
There it
hunger?
is. They left out the 8 at the end.
Oh,
Oh, 128 or 218.
Mm-hmm. The vampire must wait until the next nightfall and make 3 rouse checks in addition to the regular rouse check made when rising. This process removes 1 point of aggravated damage as well as 1 crippling injury or similar impairment. A vampire can only mend 1 point of aggravated damage per night.
The 3 rouse checks to heal. Is it like pass fail or what?
No, you heal 1 regardless.
Just
like with
if I
regular
get
healing.
hungrier.
It's just a matter of how hungry you get.
As with Awakening, if these rouse checks raise the vampire's hunger above hunger 5, they fall into torpor rather than testing for hunger frenzy.
Oh, 2 succeeded, 1 failed, so I just got a dice hungrier.
All right, so what's your hunger sitting at?
3. No, I'm not going to eat Shiloh.
No. You're hungry, but you're under control.
Yeah. It's like, well, I've had worse.
I thought you were sitting around like 2 or 3, and then we're having to make 3 checks. Thought things were gonna get interesting.
Nah, I got down to 2 and then lucked out on my dice.
Is Kyle back to normal?
Yeah, also, that's right. I have to make 3 rouse checks to heal aggravated damage, too.
Just gonna eat Egidio.
Probably could.
Why is it spicy?
I don't think it has to happen, though, looking at it. It says you have to wait until the next night.
Yeah, no,
But,
it's one per night, but it's not a you have to thing.
yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I always understood it.
I'll let it ride for now. It's only 1.
Okay. Yeah, so you two are awake in a cooler. Emma, you're awake in your apartment.
Mm.
Shiloh's
Just
scratching
rush.
at the door because he knows when you
Yeah.
he knows when you people wake up.
Yeah, I'm coming. Let me put my shoes back on. Hold on. And she will take out the Shiloh.
He seems
That's
quite
interesting.
relieved when you get outside. He can do his business.
Literally relieved, or
Both.
Yes, she didn't say anything about taking him out before the sun rose.
Well,
He
she would
really
have
needed
probably
to go.
taken him out on the way into her apartment, so.
But you load him up in your car, and again, he leans his head against the window and he looks at you.
Okay, this time I'll let you out. Let the window down. And she will stop by Wendy's while checking on the phone and get him like a 4-piece chicken nugget meal. Maybe
As you
hide a
check,
pill in one of them.
as you're checking the messages, some of the other variants have already been on there and been active. They're asking for updates from anybody out east. There's still no response. Nobody's heard from Sergio. Nobody's heard from Peck. Which is the name y'all would probably have heard. I have not given you this name before, though.
It's the new Baron.
He's the guy they had put in charge of the north side over there.
She'll add into the chat. I had some folks that went out to that party as well, and I haven't heard from them yet. Must have been a hell of a party.
One of them says, that part of town, according to the news, that part of the town has been suffering a bad cell outage.
That could explain it if they're all sleeping it off. Is there anything wrong with the bridges still? Or is their access to...
No, those accidents seem to have been cleared up just a little while after dawn, actually.
Imagine that.
Several fatalities on the river bridge. None on the bridge going through the wildlife refuge. And a lack of bodies in the one in Hartsel.
Just mild concern about that.
One of the variant ships in. I think they found a little bit of ash in one of the cars.
Maybe some of their burn barrel got blown into it. Who knows?
Maddox and August say they're both putting together groups to scout into those areas a little bit and see what they could find.
She'll let him know if if you're taking any more volunteers, I'm up for it too.
As long as you bring some of your friends with you.
Narrator voice. She was not up for it.
In reality, she was absolutely not up for it. I'll say, yeah, I'll see if anyone wants to tag along.
Can you Valerian yourself? Ah,
That would be silly.
I figured
I'm
I'd
pretty
ask.
sure you. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure you can't.
It's a whole thing of self-sacrifice. I think is the central theme of
Yeah,
Salubri.
Salubri.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of hard to be self-sacrificing when
They're kind of the
You're
exact
dead.
opposite.
That's kind of the whole point of the clan is the saying you can't pour from an empty cup.
Watch me.
They're like the exact opposite of the shoot the demon guys.
the Bali.
Probably.
Bali, yeah. Which is why you get all the rumors that they may have the same sire or same antediluvian. But who is Emma going to call to go with her?
Yeah. Valera must be used on someone other than the vampire invoking the power. It can only be used on vampires. She'll put out a call to Miles and be like, hey, know anyone that wants to go on the scouting parties?
He can find a couple. He can he can volunteer a few people.
Don't volunteer him too hard, I know. Last night was interesting.
So yeah, he just tells basically where you want to meet a chat. He'll send Kincaid and a few of them.
And she'll wherever the others are meeting up at.
They are basically meeting in the let's see what would be good. Basically the Target parking lot. Big open space. The store's closed. It's on the right road and the right side of town. So
She'll head that way and probably do the old, hey, did you order DoorDash? And get a bite to eat on the way.
oh yeah, give me a hunt roll. And don't forget you're in your domain. So
Four.
okay, I believe that's enough. How much do you take from him?
2.
Okay. So you do the whole DoorDash thing. They answer the door. You kind of lean in and step them into the building.
Yep.
Drink what you want to. Leave the little juice box or whatever it is that you usually do.
She'll probably actually get some kind of Wendy's combo for him or something and be like, oh, well, I'll just put it in as they gave the wrong address. Enjoy.
4 for 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone likes a good 4 for 4 and maybe a little frosty.
Soon, everyone in this part of Decatur will remember her face because, oh yeah, she's the one that brought me the free food that time.
No, she's got the mask, she's got the hoodie, got the, well, not the hoodie, but at least the beanie, and fogs the memory afterwards.
Oh,
She's
that's right.
patron saint of forgotten DoorDash.
Everybody's just like, did I order that? Man, this lockdown's getting to me.
Thought about Amazon or something, but it was actually a 4 for 4.
All right, so within an hour or so, you're pulling into you and Miles and some of the Brute Squad are pulling into the Target parking lot. Brute Squad's a little worked up because one of them was still volunteering to help patrol the north over there. So that's a buddy of theirs. They ain't heard from.
We'll find them.
But for that first hour, while you're doing all that, what's Egidio and Kyle doing? Like I said, you wake up, in that cooler.
I breathe and like my is it still on the cooler or is it like not on?
Oh no, this store's been shut down for years.
Yes, I mean they don't leave the electricity.
It
on,
just got a big
but-
heavy door.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
if you were
just-
mortal, the smell in here and the heat would be very unpleasant.
Okay. Because I was gonna make the joke if it was on, just like see my breath, like, oh, she's back. Oh, never mind. Kind of like, ooh. Well, now what? He's like dusting himself off and
I
Getting his
need
go
to
bag.
find some food.
never-ending path to hunting. Good luck with that. We are kind of balls deep in enemy territory.
I'm aware. And he'll get the door open and he'll go into the woods to go hunt something. He'll shift into a wolf before he does.
All right, that's a rouse check.
Yep, which I fail, so I'm now at 4 hunger.
So now you really need to succeed at hunting.
Yep, I do.
All right, let me pull up the hunger thing. All right. So this area would have a baseline of 3, but it's crawling with enemies. So you're gonna need difficulty 4.
Well, I got 5.
Okay. Are you still maintaining your hunting animals thing?
Yep.
All right.
That's why he's in the woods.
So yeah, you slip over close, to find decently thick woods that are probably have some deer. You have to slip over closer to the wildlife refuge.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't slip up and hunt in the wildlife refuge. I'm just kidding. Them 2 old guys probably wouldn't notice. You manage to track down a deer. It takes a little more effort than you're used to. Having Shiloh to back you up on this is really useful.
Yep.
So that's 2 hunger you get back.
Yep. Alrighty. Which helps.
Egidio, what are you doing while he's off hunting?
Yeah.
I think I'll scout a little bit, just in the immediate area. I don't want to do anything, but I do want to. I don't want to go out past like a couple blocks, but I do want to kind of see what's going on.
All right.
First that was stealth.
Okay.
Turn on all my stuff.
Okay. Make any rouse checks you need to.
What's that?
Does it make any rouse checks that you need to?
I don't have to do rouse checks for my stuff.
Okay.
But I will reroll some. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 successes on stealth.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you got last time.
And then
What's
awareness?
Yes,
Yep.
what's awareness?
All right. 3. 3 successes.
You notice the cars are back and patrolling. You
Are they
also
back in the same area?
notice a few groups of people out on foot.
I'm sorry, you said what?
You also notice some people out on foot walking around.
Okay.
At least a couple of them are wearing leather jackets. And it's summer in the south, so they're standing out a little bit.
How many people from Clan Leather Jacket are still? Not that Egidio would know immediately, but like, how many people in Clan Leather Jacket would still be a part? How interesting.
They're also visibly armed.
So am I.
Yeah, that's true. Except for
I'm
the
just
visible
also
part.
not very visible at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'll take the like 30 or 45 minutes, however long it takes for Kyle to get a bite, which I figure I would have a vague idea after a month of him doing this. But I'll do that and circle back around and meet him and kind of report.
Okay, y'all eventually meet back up.
Yep.
At the gas station.
Got Bruja. Just interesting. Or people trying real hard to be Bruja.
Not everybody in leather jackets is Bruja.
That's kind of that.
That,
That's
I mean, that
actually,
is their union uniform, but
yes.
it's the World of Darkness. It's they're hardly the only ones.
They're the most prominent people in leather jackets. And then I'll say, oh, the cards are back.
Did you see how many were in each group?
My eyes aren't that good, but I probably got a card count at least.
You're pretty sure you saw at least 4 different cars just in this little area.
Mm-hmm.
Not at one time. It's like, like, again, it's like they're doing patterns.
Yep. I'll say four cars, give or take, probably fully stocked.
And the foot soldiers?
Just, it's less. I couldn't get a number of them, but I would say it's less that and more people are, visibly outdoors during COVID. That thing that's going on right now. Looks at the camera too.
No fourth wall breaks.
But that's just here. I can only imagine what it is going to be up there. Egidio kind of points in the general direction of where the thing was yesterday, where they all were.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you want to approach this?
Well, either we do hit and run, or we go big and cause terror and leave in the chaos. Thing is that gas station, is that on the east or west side of the city?
Where y'all are holed up at is...
No, not that one. The one he was meeting Ryder at.
Oh, that's over on the west side.
Lovely. Okay.
Almost outside of town.
Thing is I need to get to the west side of town.
You had people here?
Werewolves.
I mean, I guess I'm technically not allowed, but they didn't like snort for me last.
Probably wouldn't be good if I showed up with others.
Well, we either fight our way in or fight our way out.
And we could fight our way out, and I'd drop you off with who is more than likely going to be coming. And I continue on my way. Did you happen to see a path where those cars kind of intersected at any one point?
Storyteller.
There is some overlap. It's like they're not getting too far away from each other. So if one ran into something, they could easily call in help.
They're kind of doing the buddy system thing.
Well, here's my thought process.
I go back.
Yeah, I sneak you closer. We find that path of intersect. You can do a maximum amount of damage. You hit them with that RPG. Probably kill some, hopefully kill some. And I hightail it out with you. And then drop you off with more than likely will be the cavalry.
Man, do you think you can get to where you need to go and back quick enough?
I don't know about quick enough, but either this will just be a casual meeting, an angry meeting, or I might be leading a pack of wolves into the city.
Okay.
Again.
All right. And he pulls out the RPG. Cannot stress this enough. Ha.
You've been hanging out with Emma too much.
Some of the tumblers rubbed off, yeah.
Alright, and I do not get any hunger, and I shift into a wolf, and off we go.
Off we go.
Alright, so you stake out one of the intersections.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
going to make a stealth roll.
Oh yeah, you probably need to. And I need to roll for
The
these
way it's
pockets.
worded is it gives me the 2 dice in stealth, but the way it's worded says that I'm manipulating ambient shadow. Which is, I don't like World of Vampire very clearly did not account for riding a wolf into battle.
Nor should they have.
Okay.
And yet.
My dice do not like me tonight.
Did not like you or me.
7 dice, but only 2 successes.
I got 5 out of 11.
So there's an intersection here, but there's a home with a lot of shrubbery. So you're kind of crouched down behind that.
Yeah.
It's a little 4-way stop.
Mm-hmm.
2 of the patrolling vehicles come to it at the same time, but like they're turning opposite ways, so they're both going. So there is a moment when they are relatively close to each other. Is that a moment Egidio wants to use?
Yeah.
Now, does he stand up, or is he just sitting on Kyle's back and Kyle stands up? So he's over the shrubs.
No,
Kyle's standing because as soon as this shot goes off, he's running.
No, I think Egidio is dismounted at this point.
Okay.
That's fair.
And just times it, and I'll roll what you want me to roll.
Oh, that's a very good idea. What you rolled?
I imagine some kind of shoot.
Yeah. Let me see here. Give me.
Yeah.
This may sound weird, but I'm going to say intelligence. Because you don't
take
have any actual training on how to do this, but I'm sure
No.
you've looked into it.
Yes. Egidio is on a list
And
right
firearms.
now.
We'll go with firearms.
I will browse. I'm good.
Because
I
I
got
don't
two
say technology for
intelligence.
this. So yeah.
I will spend a willpower. Reroll 2 more. There we go. 5 successes.
All right. They don't really get to react because they don't see it
I was
coming.
going to say, not that they can really see me right now.
Well, that's the trick. That second that you fire it, it kind of goes, For that moment, you're probably it probably blows the shadows away.
Sure. For a moment, at least.
And in that moment, imagine everything kind of goes in slow motion for you because you've been anticipating using this thing for so long.
Yeah.
You're like hyped.
Bullet time.
It goes off. You see one guy in the back passenger seat that was already vaguely looking in that direction. Just suddenly, because he just sees you, so there's a demonic smile on your face. As it hits, and the one car just goes up. The car that takes the direct hit just whoosh. It goes flying. All the glass shatters in the next car, and it gets like bumped. The back's taking a lot of damage.
Does it explode?
The first car absolutely explodes. Yes.
Yes. So my point to that is, I'm running. Even if I don't succumb to Roy Shrek, I'm running.
Running.
Oh yeah, Kyle's
running or cleaning the cow.
Yeah.
Kyle's grabbing Egidio, and they are booking it.
Never mind. We're booking it then.
Yeah.
Like now I can't succumb to Roy Shrek, so I'm holding on to dear life.
Like I said, once that thing goes off and he sees it hit, he's grabbed Egidio, and they're gone at top speed.
Both of you give me a check to see if you manage to maintain your...
Oh, yeah, sure.
I guess frenzy provocation. Let me see here. We'll count this as a bonfire, so only difficulty 2.
Yep.
Okay. As well. Then third of humanity.
Yep.
I got 3.
I got 2 on the nose.
So, big fireball, kind of scary. You both keep it together enough to stick with the plan, so you dive on Kyle's back, sink your hands into his fur, and he takes off.
I think Kyle can feel just through pheromone alone, like not just like oh shit fire, but also like yes.
Yeah, you're 2 blocks away before you realize you had dropped the empty RPG. Would have been a nice souvenir.
That means we can just blame it on whoever's house that is.
Yeah. Terror attack.
Miss Smith, the 103-year-old, was arrested on terrorist charges today.
I have a funny tangential story to that.
How?
So when I was growing up, there was one day there was like a drug bust at the house next door to where I lived, and there's like this SWAT car. There's like a bunch of police. There's they're all armed and armored, and they're in there, and they come out with this little old lady in handcuffs, just like walking her to the paddy wagon.
Pablo Escobar had a grandmother.
Yeah.
I was going to say I was going to sort of, I guess, half brag that I've never lived anywhere that we had a drug bust next door, but I have lived somewhere where we had a Klan rally next door, so I probably don't have any room to say anything.
That's not a brag.
No.
I mean, I've lived somewhere where someone's door got kicked in because they had weed, literally, like was my neighbor. So.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an overreaction to weed, but okay. So anyway, y'all are trucking it. You're sticking to the woods. You see a couple more of those cars go flying by you. It's very reminiscent of the police responding to something, but it's definitely not the police.
Yeah.
Some of us that work forces.
Yeah, he's just gonna head back to their domain.
All right. As you approach
probably
that
all
bridge,
the texts come in.
What now?
I said they get across the bridge, all the texts come in.
80 texts at once.
Well, you get to that bridge. There's a bunch of cars parked on this side of the bridge, the side y'all are already on. Which,
And no
it's
longer
they're
police?
parked kind of on the edges. People park there sometimes when they're fishing. I mean, Egidio might not realize.
Our end of the bridge, or
On y'all's end.
Our end.
as in like our domain side of the bridge, or the side we're on at present?
The side you're on at present.
There we go.
Okay. That's why I wanted to make sure.
As y'all are approaching there, Emma, you're in a train of cars heading the other way.
She probably is not bringing Shiloh with her.
Where are you leaving?
Good call.
If Walter and Iola aren't coming, she would say, "Hey, can you keep an eye on Shiloh for a couple hours?"
Okay, one of them will meet you at the office to take the dog.
Okay. And she probably has someone boarding up the office windows that were broken.
Oh man, what would people that use it during the day think when they showed up?
Someone hit it.
We're not there during the days. We don't know.
That's true.
She would have probably thought up something like somebody accidentally ran into it, mistook the gas for the brake, that kind of thing, or vice versa.
You leave a message with your whoever. I'm sure you got a daytime employee that
Yeah.
unlocks the things though. Somebody completely oblivious to your nocturnal habits.
Yep.
And as y'all are approaching, you can see that cluster of cars down there, and people are getting people are getting out. Basically, people are taking cover behind the cars. You can tell that they are guarding the bridge on that side.
Cool.
Everybody in this car caravan was handed a walkie-talkie. Basically, so even if cell phones go down, these things should work. They're not using a frequency that too much other stuff uses.
Yeah.
Do we see a convoy of cars coming, or are they still a ways back?
Give me wits awareness, see what you see.
Yeah.
You see all the people in kind of a guard position on your side of the bridge.
I see these people, obviously. I don't give a shit if it's people. I'm waiting to see if I see the cavalry.
4.
3.
Yeah. So you've got a couple of dozen of what you assume are Camarilla folks on one side. You see this line of cars coming. One of you got 4?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if y'all got 4. You flat out spot Emma's car in the line.
Kyle will stop, sort of like shrug his shoulders to get Egidio off of him.
Yep.
And then his nose will point towards the parked cars. And then he will, with one paw, draw a box and then squiggles indicating an explosion on the ground.
I was way ahead of you. So I will stealth up.
He's literally that. He is limited. Like he can't talk as a wolf. He's limited by the communication measures that a wolf has. He's still intelligent, so he can draw on the ground. But
Thumbs up. He waves you off.
I made 2 successful rouse checks, so toughness and feral weapons are active.
Okay.
I will roll my stealth check.
Oh yeah, that's right.
8 and 11 dice. Fuck me. Yes. Okay. 1, 2.
All right.
5 successes.
Okay.
It's rather low for me.
Let's see. And does all specs let people look through your shadow stuff?
No.
Okay, that's the advantage.
I have powers that specifically, because all I'm doing is manipulating shadows around me. I'm not going invisible.
All right, so wits awareness.
It's just all the ambience around him is what he's manipulating.
Just imagining Emma driving up like, all right, it's time to go get these idiot boys, and suddenly cars on the other end of the bridge just explode.
Okay, so my
Found the
dice
idiot
love
boys.
me now.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? What'd you say, Jason?
I said my dice love me now.
Okay.
That is 7, 8, 9 because of the crit.
Yep.
Unfortunately, one of the crits was on the hunger dice for this fella. I can always just say he failed. And how many you got?
I got 5.
5. Okay.
Once again, just narrowly dodging a what the hell's it called?
So this is messy critical.
Messy critical.
Let's see. He could fail the test. He could lose an advantage dot. He could masquerade breach. None of those.
There's nothing really to masquerade breach here.
Masquerade's already been broken.
And lose an advantage dot or gain a stain. It's
That's more
an
for players.
NPC kind of thing. So
Yeah.
So despite being an awesome roll, I'm just going to say he failed. He
Gets too hyped up seeing the convoy coming.
He is. Oh, Abby's in the chat.
Hello.
Abby.
Hopefully not for too long. I had glanced over recently. Question: what clan is the three-eyed thing?
That's the Salubri.
Yeah, that is the Salubri.
They are healers that are misunderstood.
And Abby spent points for a hydrate, so if anybody's got a drink, take a drink.
I've been hydrating, so.
Ghost
This is
drink.
an extreme thirst.
I have a ghost drink. There we go.
Well, my pitcher was this full at the beginning of the game, and it's down to here now.
I have enough for both of us.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Double chug.
Double chug.
All right. So yeah, Egidio's gonna just plant. Just how many vehicles are there?
That's about 4 vehicles.
Okay. I'll get the ones that are like very neatly lined up, like just parked right next to each other.
Okay, there's like 2 on one side of the road, 2 on the other side.
Yeah. I'll get two. I'll get the 2 that are like closer to the side where I got dropped off by Kyle.
Now, how many blocks of that explosive do you have with you?
I didn't take many. I would have had like maybe 2, maybe 3.
So you used 1.
Yeah.
Well, the trick is he swung back by his house after.
Yes,
that's true.
After the fight, so he could have restocked 2 of those and that RPG he stole like way up super early in the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chekhov's gun. It has to be used.
We're not in the 4th act yet, though. Or 3rd act, where the last act is.
Yep.
Well, it's getting close to November, so.
Yep. So yeah, Egidio puts 2 there. We'll get a very safe distance away. Now that he knows it's a little further out than he thought the first time, he's gonna get much further out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna time it to where they just are. Their attention swivels to the cars that are on their way. And once I get the sense that they are like their attention is focused on that, boom, and then they blow from the back.
So the end with the gas tanks.
Yes.
All right, so you do that. You sneak back to Kyle. Sorry, I have a Carl in one of my impersonations.
Carl, this kills people.
Carl. Egidio over there stabbing him 37 times in the chest.
Make sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's hungry for hands.
So you get back to Kyle. The
I was under the impression Kyle took off, but
no, he's still there. He just
okay.
So are you remounting Kyle?
I don't think so.
I mean, you do see when you come back, the claws on his hands are basically lengthened and sharpened. His furs kind of has like sort of like an almost like armor-esque sheen, like iron to it.
Cool.
I'd be willing to bet that his teeth are almost ridiculously oversized
Probably, yeah. I mean,
now.
feral
Like
weapons.
caricature
Yeah.
oversized.
Dire wolf
Mhm.
looking ass.
Yeah.
Or look at the teeth in any of the Werewolf the Apocalypse art. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much. So as soon as the cars are in a way that they're getting attention, boom.
They go off. It sends everybody on that side of the road just flying. I mean, folks on the other side of the road, get shook by it. Emma, you just start seeing tail lights on all the vehicles in front of you as everybody taps their brakes when there's at that explosion. Like they're waiting to see just how bad it gets.
She's just like, there's the idiot boys. Maybe.
I mean, yeah. Depending on how discombobulated the other group is, there will be suddenly a wolf into them. So, a wolf from the darkness.
All right, so you're diving into the other group.
Yeah, from stealth.
All right. So you get a free lick on somebody basically.
Yeah.
And
Do
then
they
they're
all have
screaming about having to get behind
shotguns?
us. Pardon?
Do they all have shotguns?
Several of them do.
All right, he's gonna pounce on the closest one that has a shotgun.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Dice said screw this guy in particular.
Uh-huh.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Sound like
Yowza.
secrets.
Yeah, that's
All right. If
4.
he's not aware it's coming.
3, sorry. Yeah, 3.
All right. If he's not aware it's coming, does he get any sort of defense? Or does that require him taking an action?
It's an action, I believe.
Yeah, probably. So baseline of difficulty of 1 at least though. So
Yeah. So
that's what, 12?
15 damage total.
Oh, that's right, you get
Unhalved. Yeah.
All right, let me check his. Crap, I jumped away from the page. Hang on. All right. Could they really give me their stats without giving me their health? How dumb is that?
Is their health track more than 7?
No, this guy's is not more than 7.
Then he's dead.
Or in torpor.
Yeah, that's fair. Or I could say that last point of damage is him tearing the guy's head off.
Yeah, that's fine. This is a no-name guy. That's fine. They're all like don't know where to point now. They're screaming about they're behind us.
Hey Emma, you have your shot now.
Egidio, what are you doing?
I will let this wreckage right in front of me settle. And I will go for the other the other car and start, popping at them.
Okay, give me a shot. Basically, you two get this moment of surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Best laid plans. Ooh, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
And that is with the...
That is with my that's 9 ag.
Okay. Alright, so that guy goes down. Emma, there's a slight pause, like I said, in the cars ahead of you. And then they see, the wolf dive in, and they start speeding up again.
Any chatter on the walkie-talkies?
Several people chime in. One's like, "Oh, there's Kyle." Somebody else is like, "Oh, Emma, I think we found your boy."
Probably both of them if there was an explosion.
Kincaid's in the car with you. He's like, "Hell yeah!"
Fist bumps Kincaid.
And then Kyle, you've got 2 shotguns pointing at you.
Yep.
So I'm going to say composure. This go around, I'm going to say composure for them because they're caught by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And firearms, of course.
Verse, what am I rolling?
Well, actually, how many actions can you take in a round? Let's see here. Alright, surprise attacks. Who goes first?
Yeah, I figured the surprise attacks was its own round, and now we're on the actual first round of combat.
That is a fair point. That is a very fair point. I learned how to bookmark this thing. Alright, I'm back where I need to be. Alright, in that case, you are free to make a dodge.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So what am I dodging with?
Dexterity, athletics.
Okay.
First one got 3 successes. Second one got 2 successes.
Alright.
So if you get 5 or more, you take no damage from anybody.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have a total of 8 dice to dodge with right now since I'm a wolf.
So both of them fire off with dragon fire rounds.
Mm-hmm.
The third guy fires with a regular pistol.
Okay.
He gets 2 successes, which is over the 5 from your dodge.
Yep. So I take 1 damage.
So yeah, the 1 superficial.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the way I'll do it is the next round, the superficial one will be the first one applied.
Yeah.
And just alternate. assuming that
Mhm.
assuming all these guys are still around.
Yep.
So there was 4 over there. You dropped one of them. Though I said you saw a dozen guys, so that'd be. There's a couple more on that side, but they're picking themselves up before they got thrown down by Egidio's little explosion. Everybody on Egidio's side is picking themselves up. Some of them looking pretty banged up because it's plastic explosive. There's not a lot of fire involved.
That's fair, yeah.
You know, the gas tanks may have set off, but nobody was sitting in the cars. So. So this round they won't do anything.
I will say I would check if the gas tanks are actually leaking. Maybe I don't think they don't blow up because that's not how things work. But maybe they're leaking. I do have heated bullets.
You can give me wits awareness to see.
Cool spin. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
One of them, it looks like the tank just ruptured and that gas has probably been flung everywhere. You know, it's like a fine mist or whatever. The other one, it's like it blew off one side and you see it pouring out.
Okay. Keep that in mind for my turn.
All right, Emma. The cars are roaring forward. They're coming to a halt. They start coming to a halt. And like the first 2 cars in front of you, they kind of get up next to each other and then kind of turn in slightly. And people start pouring out of them, using them for cover.
Yeah, she'll move her car to where it kind of extends the cover.
Okay.
And use it for cover.
Kincaid springs out the door. He's sitting there with like a big handgun. Some of the other vehicles are stopping behind you. Kyle, what are you doing this round?
Next dude with a shotgun getting om-nom-nommed.
Okay. He's going to try to shoot you in response. Or shoot you to stop you. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Ooh, he got a crit.
Okay.
So that's 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna spend a willpower to re-roll 3 of these.
Okay.
5, 6.
All right. So that's a tie. So whatever the bonus damage is from your feral weapons is what he takes.
3.
All right. He's still up. Then the guy with the regular old pistola shoots at you.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Pistol gives him 2. Or does the pistol give him 3? Weapons. He's not. It's not the 36. 357. 9mm is plus 3. Okay. So that is 6 superficial from him.
6.
Right.
Okay, so I take 2.
Okay. And then the other shotgun guy. Is going to shoot at you. And he got 4 successes.
Alright. So I take 4 aggravated.
Right.
Are you looking?
I still have 3 health left before my track gets filled.
He'll be fine. or I'll finally have a TPK on camera. One or the other.
Not a TPK, at least.
I mean, if it's TPK, that just
TC death.
means early game.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot Walter and Iola. It'd be
Yeah,
They come
that
back,
too.
it's like, all right, you two.
it's them in charge of the
Mhm.
domain. Y'all are playing flunkies.
I'll play Kincaid.
Dibs on Ada.
Ada would be so happy if that happened.
It'd be like 2 birds, 1 stone.
Well, Kyle and Egidio are dead. Yes, yes, so sad, so sad. But anyway, Emma's gone.
Can find another weird Hikata another time.
Got the research notes.
All right, the other two guys that have picked themselves up. Oh, on your side, Kyle. One of them's a Nos. You see him pop the murder hands.
Yep.
He's charging you. He'll get to you next round. The other guy gets up, pulls out his gun. He starts shooting at the people in the car. Egidio, everybody on your side is up. You've been shooting your gun, so it's pretty obvious where you're at this point. So 2 of the shotgun guys are going to shoot at you.
Yep.
And the rest of them are turning around and unloading towards the vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
It is 3 successes on you.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. It's Dex and what is it?
Athletics.
Dex. Okay. Okay. You said 2 successes?
Yes. No, I said 3 successes. Excuse me.
Huh?
I believe it was 3.
Okay.
Well, no, I only see 2 up. Maybe you're right. Maybe I get
Okay,
confused.
I got 2.
I am old. All right, so you're fine. And then there's a hell of gunfire towards the vehicles, and a lot of the NPCs of the vehicles are firing back.
Yep.
Next round, Emma, what are you doing?
She's gonna take a shot at people firing at her. Prioritizing the larger guns first.
Okay. And one of the guys is shooting at you. This guy's using a large pistol. But only got 1 success.
Dex firearms to take the shot.
Yes, in this case, yeah. You're behind cover. You got a little bit of time to aim, you know.
4.
Okay, so you beat him by 3.
And then have the +4 for the pistol and incendiary rounds.
All right, he goes down. And that was the 3rd round of the fighting, I think.
Second.
Yeah.
That's
So there's
right,
a
because it's the surprise round, and then okay.
Are you
So
shooting
one
at?
more.
Are you shooting at? Oh, I see. Are you shooting at the ones over by Kyle?
She is shooting at whichever ones are probably closer to the bridge.
I assume that she was shooting at one of the ones shooting at the cars, or shooting at
Yes.
her folks.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm going to cause everybody to scatter, and I'm going to shoot the leaky fuel.
Okay. All right. Give me your roll.
I'm going to use my last willpower. There we are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
All right. Yeah, that all that gas goes up. It woofs up. The gas tank is torn up enough that there's not enough pressure that there's like an explosion. It's just that kind of quick woof when you set off.
It's that ignition. Well, the intention is just to catch them on fire. It's not necessarily to cause Rorschach, but it will on account of it going up.
Oh yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, I am just going to ride it and run off.
Well, some of them
That's
catch on
one too many
fire and they start running. They start running for the water.
Yep.
You know, whether they fail their
It doesn't work that way.
A couple of them that it doesn't actually catch on fire still freak out and start to run off.
Yep. Egidio will allow himself just enough mental faculties to run towards the domain and not away.
So you loop away from the fire, but towards your allies.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Kyle, you see Egidio run by in a panic. But at least he's running in the right direction. And you're aware that the fire on the other has swooped up on the other side of the road. But...
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me whenever that... Because I assume it just goes up once and then it's done. So you can tell me whenever that's done.
Kyle, go ahead and give me a check from the fire.
Roystrick?
Yes.
All right.
Difficulty 2.
2. Okay. 2.
Okay, you're fine. And like I said, it's a big woof, which is what gets your attention, but then it immediately drops back down to just a more casual, more campfire-y level of burning.
Yeah.
It's like starting a barbecue.
Really big barbecue.
The guy you're fighting is fine.
See, we might have put too much lighter fluid on this barbecue.
No, I put just enough.
To make it interesting.
All the guys on your side of the road, Kyle, are fine. You included.
Okay. Cool.
Emma, I'm going to say y'all are far enough back. The people in the car are far enough back that,
She's definitely taking shots at anyone that looks like they are getting hit by Roshreck. Because insult meet injury.
Okay. So you got a clear shot at somebody running away.
Oh, yeah. Three.
So you see one of the guys running for the water, and just about the time he goes to dive in the water, you take your shot and just right into his head. The other side of the head goes flying out.
Nice.
And he just sort of belly flops lifelessly into the water. He's laying there floating. His back's a little bit on fire.
Somebody turn him over.
Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing this round?
Let's see.
You've got one very badly injured guy, but he still has a shotgun.
Okay, is that the only one left with the shotgun?
No, there's one uninjured guy with a shotgun.
There's a guy with a shotgun. Okay.
And then you got a Nos that's popped claws, and another guy with a regular pistol. Though that guy has been shooting it, out towards Emma and them.
Right. Can he grapple the guy he's fighting and attempt to throw him into the other guy to like knock both their shotguns loose and away from them?
It sounds like multiple attacks to me.
Well, he's got his teeth into one guy.
If you want to do that, basically instead of damage,
yeah,
we can
basically he wants to remove the source of aggravated damage from him.
That's fine. We can do that with
Okay.
Let's see. Grappling. Strength.
I got 8 total.
And I'm basically just gonna make one roll based on on their strength, not
Mhm.
not to the two different ones. Since you've already got a pretty good grip on the one guy.
Yeah.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every dice they rolled came up a success.
Well, I got 8 total.
So that is the tie then.
Mhm.
Ties go to the player. I'm going to say you successfully sent one of the guns flying. You hear a bloop as it hits the water.
Okay.
Even or odd if it's the guy you're fighting. Well, never mind. It's the third round. It's not everybody.
Yeah.
Was that everybody for this round?
Yeah.
Of you got all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I for sure went.
All right. So the Nos with the claws is going to run up on you.
Mhm.
Did he tell us Roshik?
No, everybody on Kyle's side made it.
Oh, okay.
Some of the people on several of the people on the other side failed, or were actually on fire. So, 1, 2, 3.
So
So
just
that
wanna
is
point out that for
4
people trying at home.
successes. You tied, so you didn't have anything extra to knock off of that for the round.
Mm-mm.
So that's 4. Not aggravated. The other one,
Superficial.
Halved.
superficial and half though.
So 4 minus 2 because of toughness, so I take 2 superficial.
Okay, so you're still up.
Yep.
And then the other guy is shooting at. We'll say he's shooting at Emma just to give Emma something to do. Oh wait, Emma's already shooting.
I mean, I can dodge.
Emma's actively shooting at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, never mind. He misses by a country mile. All right, and that is the third round. So, and it's 9. It's after 9:30. So.
Popping the rest of them.
So you're pretty well starting to rout them.
Mhm.
But you do see, they're pulling back as best they can, or dying, whichever.
Mhm.
But you see several more vehicles coming from further that way.
Mhm.
Word must have gotten out that something was headed this way.
Okay.
So everybody gathers up. All the line of cars start spinning around. Because this big and open fight, it could go either way. The mortals could come in. It's time to bug out.
Yeah.
They don't pursue you across the bridge. Like they get back to that bridge and kind of stop and figure out what's happened to their people.
Mhm.
In the rear, well, those of you in cars. In the rear view, when that first car pulls up, though, you do see somebody get out of the car. And his hand bursts into flame. He chunks some fire towards the rearmost car, and it splashes across the hood. It does a little bit of damage to the car, but it struck you as more of a act of
a warning shot.
Not a warning shot, just it was an attack, but it was probably not one where you thought it was actually going to do any good. It was just frustration or maybe a don't come back here no more sort of thing.
We will be coming back.
I think the last scene we see before we cut is are you still in wolf form, Kyle?
Is there room in a vehicle?
I would imagine there is.
Yeah, they got enough room to pick up a few
back
people.
seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably collapsed in a seat somewhere because
I
have one health left.
On health, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're collapsing. You're collapsing in a seat. Egidio, one of the vehicles pulls up, manages to calm you down enough to yank you in.
Okay.
So y'all are all in the vehicles, all driving away. Back behind you, there's that carnage with this one sharply dressed guy with, hands at his side. One of the hands is still wrapped in flame.
Samuel.
I think Egidio, as he comes to his senses, Roy Shrek is gone. He breathes and he goes, "Where the fuck is that RPG?" That's where we end. Well, that's where I would end. That's my scene for Egidio.
I'll say if it is,
And scene.
if that is Samuel, then he would be bodying people.
Time's gonna get interesting. We don't know.
It could be anybody. I'm sure there's plenty of sharply dressed Tremere that can juggle fireballs. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, we'll wrap here for today. We will deal with the repercussions of this and Kyle's impending meeting with the werewolves, despite how beat up he is.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna just go roll up to the werewolf meeting looking like just horseshit.
What happened to you? Worse hell. Yeah, it is. Okay. Hope y'all had fun. I certainly enjoyed it. Glad Vancouver by Night and Abby came by to see us. Hope anybody that came, hope you enjoyed it. Hope anybody that comes by later and watches or listens enjoys it. Hope you come back next week. If you're looking for more games, there are more games here at Dire Bear. Just check the schedule below. Again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me was Sarah as Emma, Jeremy as Egidio, and Eric as Kyle, the punching bag. And we will see y'all next week.